And the first race, Mike, one of these really open mares races, Matali Acevedo. Sounds like a section of the women's draw down in Melbourne at the moment. Really hard to fathom that, and it's pretty hard to fathom this race. A really open start.
Yeah, she's got a funny name, that horse, and she's a funny horse as well. She's won 3 times at 20 to 1 this preparation, so keep your eye on her on Saturday. Let's have a look at the way this first leg of the Quaddie sets up. Race 6 on Saturday, 1,350 metres, just a benchmark 80 for the fillies and mares. A fair to steady tempo with Girls Sunday and a couple of others going forward. We think it'll be a good 3, but watch for how much they water the track. It's been quite firm there, so maybe good 4 or good 3. And watch out for a fair to near pace bias. If it is really firm, it could be near pace, even though the rail's in the true. Across to the 3 key factors for this first race. A good Rosehill all afternoon. We're playing that firm, fast Rosehill track. It's such a key factor. Position to run nearer the pace is better, and scope which the mare's on the improve.
Let's have a look now at the market for this first leg of the Quaddie at Rosehill Gardens this weekend. And Moss Trip, one of the best supported runners on the day at the tab, $3.60, crunched into $3.10 off that last big start win. Girl Sunday, we know that's a horse that loves the Rosehill track at $5. Witches there also at $5. Oh Rachel at $7. Gretna there at $8. But Mike, this Moss Trip is a bit of talk around town for this one, a bit of money as well.
Yeah, for good reason. Her first start win was absolutely enormous. There's a few tipsters tipping up already from Wednesday just after acceptances. So we'll have a look and see what all the chat's about. This first start win, and it was an arrogant win, wasn't it, Stu? Rory Hutchings knew he was on the best horse. Patiently ridden way out the back, smoking his pipe, taking his time, coming to the outside. You'd be worried, wouldn't you? But no need to.
You didn't need to be. Once he gets to the outside here, massive finish all over the top of these, but just a long way back, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's a serious filly, just a 3-year-old still. Her form's misleading. Last preparation she was running pretty well, but that was against the older horses. Now she's an older horse herself. Plenty of scope, plenty of upside. This wasn't a good 4 though, and she's onto a firm good 3 on Saturday.
Well, that is an arrogant win. Jockey just having a good look at the camera there on the way out. Another horse is flying, Mike, Witches. We're going to have a look at this race. A little bit held up, not so much the passage there that the Moss Trip got.
Yeah, it didn't get much like this start. First up, Witches won. A patient ride for her first up, and she came through the pack and she surged late for a fantastic win. Second up, short in the market, coming to the outside, the ex-Godolphin horse in the red cap and the white colours. Just doesn't get the right run at the right time, but she is flying and she finishes off really well.
Yeah, that's what we've got to look at. Does the best work late, didn't get all the luck. That's what the punters have got to decide coming into the weekend.
Yeah, loves a firm track, and Brad Whittup, ex-Godolphin himself, he's flying, isn't he? He's a great trainer.
Sure is. There's a look at a couple of replays to kick things off at the first leg of the Quaddie. Now, as always, Mike, we've got to get stuck into the form before we hit all the key factors. And who has got all the form leading into this first leg of the Quaddie?
Yeah, let's try and split these evenly matched mares. Form, Moss Trip, Witches, both flying. Light them up. They get the gold bar for form.
There they are, 2 of the favourites as we look at the key factors now, and a good Rosehill, all important.
Yeah, so important. And none of these horses have really tested or successful at Rosehill so far, apart from one obvious one. Girl Sunday's a leader. She absolutely loves it. Light her up, she gets the gold bar.
She loves it there. Who's going to get the great position and run in this race?
Well, there's a few on pace that get good runs. Girl Sunday, of course, gets control in the lead, we think. Moss Trip, she can settle closer this time. The Pinnacle, she's an on-pacer too.
Okay, a bit of gold there as we hit the finish line, Mike. Scope, so important for these races.
How can you put a lid on Moss Trip's form? She dominated first up. She's got massive scope. She gets a massive kicker, and there she is.
There she is, one of the favourites there, lit up. And as we have a look at these, the overall ratings, Mike, we've got to have a bet here. Look, double kicker there to the favourite. Pretty untapped, as you said. It's got the scope. We've got the favourites there that was sort of 1, 2, 3 in the betting. Is it a matter here of weighing up this money versus with Moss Trip? We've got really good vibes about it. The money's come. As we have a look down here, look at the Pinnacle, only a couple of lengths behind. We've got $3, $10, $5 and then just a $15 pop right there.
Yeah, I mean, she's a classy horse, the Pinnacle. The trials were only average, but the stable can do that. And she doesn't look like a Rosehill horse, but you don't know till she goes there. But it's all about Moss Trip, isn't it? Moss Trip's the one for us. She's got massive scope, massive upside. We think she'll firm. Will stay around the same mark, so you can bet early if you want. She's a great bet. And Girl Sunday will be around the mark along with the Pinnacle, so they're great for your Quinellas and trifectas too.
All right, so it's Moss Trip there, the favourite in the first leg of the Quaddie, with a little bit of value there for the exotics.